It's 71,000 square feet of indoor training facility nirvana. Leagues, events, camps, clinics. From Big Easy Sportsplex, 800 Webb Street in the Elmwood area, just off Earhart Expressway. Welcome to Louisiana baseball. From inside the Big Easy Sportsplex, welcome back to another edition of Louisiana Baseball. I'm Eric Ritchie. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll blanket the state of Louisiana, break down the collegiate baseball scene. But before we do that, let's send it over to Joey Cabaceres with our special guest.
Here in Louisiana Baseball this week, we have a really unique theme, and it's homeschool kids that have played or are still playing high school baseball in Louisiana and college baseball in Louisiana. So we've got a couple guys joining us today. We'll visit back in with them each segment, talk about college baseball, high school baseball. For now, we'll shoot it back to Eric and talk about a little more Louisiana baseball.
Joey, thanks so much. We lead off tonight with one of the top pitching staffs in the country, not in the state of Louisiana. You see, the Nicholls Colonels right now as a team has an ERA that ranks amongst the tops in the nation. It's time now for our Nicholls State report. The Nicholls Report is brought to you by Ortho LA, Walters, Meyer, Trosclair and Associates, and by YKM Consulting.
My name is Chris Prothro. I'm an associate head coach and pitching coach here at Nicholls State University. And I've done a couple of different things, coached hitters for a couple of years, but started as a pitching coach here, and now I've been back in my second year as the pitching coach, and I've really enjoyed it. Spent some time, I played at Crowder College and also finished my career at Arkansas State University before I got into coaching.
Coach Prothro was a catcher in college at Arkansas State, and so he kind of has a knack for it. You know, they say former catchers make great managers and great pitching guys, and it holds true with him. He's like almost a brother to me, and from a trust standpoint, he's done a phenomenal job with me at Nicholls, and our recruiting coordinators recruited some of the best players that we've had here in a long time, and but he always recruits with a plan, and obviously as a pitching coach, he recruited with a great plan to get all these arms that we have here. So to have him there, I trust every pitch that he calls every single day, and allow him a lot of freedom because of how professional he is, how much it matters to him, and how much Nicholls means to him, but how much this team means to him and his players mean to him. So I really appreciate his hard work, but understand that he's a guy just like a head coach. He understands the game. One
thing that's really helped in my career is that my strengths as a player were not offensive. I couldn't really hit. I had an arm injury, so I couldn't really throw. So for me to be able to get on the field a lot, I had to maximize a couple of different things: how I called pitches, how I worked with different pitchers, and trying to manage them in the bullpen and in games. And I think that's really kind of carried over into my coaching career. That those are things I think I do an okay job of.
Coach Pro's fire, and he demands the best out of us, and it definitely helps us grow, helps us mature quick when we get here. And he really makes sure that we're reaching our potential each and every week and getting better and better.
Well, they've been successful because there's a plan in place that they have really bought into, and it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with myself as a pitching coach. It's a plan of a culture of what it's expected to be a pitcher here. And it starts from a development standpoint with Coach Carasquillo in the weight room. I know you did a segment on what he does with our guys, and it really lays a foundation for them to be successful. It goes in with Coach Butler, Zach Butler, that works with us with our pitchers, who has experience at the highest levels, pitched at Division I level at McNeese State, and also played for 2 years in the Tampa Bay Rays organization. So they got a couple of guys right there that they know when they tell them something that it's something that's going to help them be better.
Nice job, little boy.
I know they probably talk about it behind closed doors. I would imagine that they do. We don't talk a lot about numbers. We talk a lot about having expectations of being successful and having expectations of being the reason why this team is capable of winning a championship this year. The thing that I would like people to know is how fortunate I am to be able to come to work every day with a group of coaches that are very like-minded, very similar in their beliefs, their morals, their standards of the way they go about their business. And the same thing can be said of our players, that our players make it special for us to come to work every day. They take pride in their university. They take pride in doing things the right way. And so it's tough to get too mad at them at times, even when we're not having the success that we think we're capable of having. It's tough to get mad at them for a long time because they do all the right things. And we just want them to continue to expect great things when they come out on the field and when they go into the classroom and when they go out into the community, because they play for a special university, they play for a special community, and they have a chance to do some really special things together.
The Nicholls Report is brought to you by Ortho LA, Walters, Meyer, Trosclair and Associates, and by YKM Consulting. We can't move on until talking about those Southeastern Lions in the Southland Conference. Right now, the Lions coming off a 3-game sweep over Lamar. First time in school history they've done that. 2 of those 3 games were shutouts. Southeastern has now won 11 straight conference games and sit way atop the Southland at 20-4.
I think we're first or second in the league in strikeouts, and really, to be honest with you, the first 3 weeks we didn't pitch it very well. If you look at the numbers first 3 weeks and what we've done since then, we've pitched extremely well. Our starters have gone really deep in ball games, and that's really, to be honest with you, from the conference standpoint, our starters are going 7-8 innings every outing. That's allowing to thin out that bullpen to keep some guys fresh in that bullpen to come out.
So Southland Conference baseball has never been stronger than this year. You have Nicholls State, which has a dominant pitching staff. 3 guys with ERAs under 2. Justin Sinibaldi being one of those guys that we know is local from here, Rummel kid. Southeastern can beat you in any way they feel like it. They're just a really good team, very well balanced. But we're sitting here with Harrison Bath. Harrison's one of our homeschool guys, and he played 8th grade ball this year at Crescent City. He'll be in high school next year. Harrison, let me ask you something. If Nicholls State, Southeastern came up today and said, Harrison, full ride, go to play those balls, would you go play there?
Yes, definitely.
Definitely? Yeah, that's what I thought. Me too. That's a great school. I played at UNO, so absolutely I'd play in the Southland, right? Harrison's a really good player. He's got a big future ahead of him at Crescent City High School. We're going to follow guys like him and a few other guys who are already in high school and playing college ball later. But to kick it back to those guys at Nicholls State and Southeastern, we're talking about really good baseball. Go catch one of those games. 2 good teams are going to be in the hunt at the end of the year.
Let's take a time out here in Louisiana baseball. When we return to the Big Easy Sportsplex, we'll talk LSU, Tulane, and the Ragin Cajuns as Louisiana baseball rolls on. Louisiana baseball is brought to you by Big Easy Sportsplex, by Royal Honda, AMG Specialty Hospital, and by orthopedic specialist Dr. Brett Cassio.
Giving you a great deal is what makes Royal Honda #1 in the greater New Orleans area. Visit us on Veterans in Metairie and RoyalHonda.com.
Royal Honda, the dealership that's different.
And remember, when you buy from the appliance giant, you always get the best deal.
Tony Campbell, the appliance giant, always told me if you want to sell appliances in this town, you got to offer the best name brands. That's why at Campbell we offer lines like Thermador and Bosch. Right now, when you buy a Thermador cooktop, wall oven, or one of their beautiful ranges from Campo, I'll give you a Thermador dishwasher for free. Come to Campo today to see how we can take your kitchen to the next level when you buy local.
At Ortho LA, we specialize in treating patients of all ages with orthopedic injuries that affect their ability to function in the workplace or on the playing field.
I think we have the best ability to get patients back to 100% as quickly as possible.
We also had the addition of Dr. Richard Morvant, so now we're a group of 5 surgeons here, all fellowship trained.
The quality of care for the patients is probably what I feel is the best thing that we have to offer.
Your health and comfort is our top priority. Our goal is to make you as comfortable as possible.
I think when they come here, it's a family atmosphere. They get treated with special attention from the day they walk in the door.
The doctors at Ortho LA are easily accessible, working closely with area coaches and trainers.
We all played sports, and so we understand the athlete.
Ortho LA, committed to excellence, providing the highest quality of every aspect of orthopedic care.
Big Easy Sportsplex in Elmwood is a 71,000 square foot membership-based indoor sports and fitness center.
I'm a member because my daughter and I can train at the same time here at Big Easy Sportsplex.
I'm a member because while I'm getting ready for my season, my son can do the same.
With membership packages available for families and individuals, stop by and tell us, why are you a member?
For the 7th consecutive season, LSU has now won at least 40 games after taking 2 of 3 against Mississippi State. The loss in Game 3 of the series was actually LSU's first road loss in the SEC in 10 tries. The Tigers are still ranked #1 in 5 polls that were released on Monday.
We're just going to keep putting together good at-bats, keep competing offensively, and keep making pitches. We're going to build off that, and it's going to give us a lot of confidence for the rest of the season.
Time now to talk Tulane, who dropped 2 of 3 against Houston at home this week. They're now 9-9 in American Athletic Conference play. Our focus this week is on their sophomore shortstop, Stephen Alamace, who continues to mature both at the plate and in the field. He was part of a Tulane Green Wave team who did not commit an error in all 3 games of that series. First time Tulane's done that in 3 years. It's time now for the Tulane Report.
My name is Stephen Alamace. I'm a shortstop from the Bronx, New York. You know, to go out there and just play in college I think is a big achievement. I feel like we have the talent. We're young, and I just feel like this is a good ball club that we have here. You know, I think hitting in the college level is way different from high school. You got to adjust. These are pitchers best in the country, and you just got to come out here. You know, they got the best stuff, and I think it's just mainly about adjusting and being able to go up there and be confident in yourself and understand that you're also here for a reason. I wear number 2 just simply because of Derek Jeter. I'm from the Bronx, New York. I grew up watching him since I was a baby. My parents were a big Yankee fan, and you know, it crushed me this year that he said that he announced his retirement. But he's just someone to really look up to. He's on and off the field. He's the perfect role model, and I've been wearing 2 my whole life, and it's just because of him. Playing shortstop, I think it's a position you have to be really agile and think on your feet, and you know, it's just a position that I feel you have to adapt, and it's just like you're in your own zone, and you got to really be focused. I just want people to know, I guess that, you know, I came here, you know, to have a good career at Tulane and play really hard. Also want people to know I come from humble beginnings, so it's really hard to have people like me come to Division I baseball. So I'm really fortunate.
Hi, I'm Greg Walter.
I'm Tommy Meyer. And I am Ray Trosclair. We are private wealth advisors with Ameriprise Financial. We believe that your success is not only measured by your financial well-being, but how confident you are about your future.
No matter what your financial dreams are, our mission is to help you reach your financial goals through a personal relationship based on knowledgeable advice.
Let our team at Walters, Meyer, Trosclair & Associates help you feel more confident about your financial future.
Giving you a great deal is what makes Royal Honda #1 in the greater New Orleans area. Visit us on Veterans in Metairie and RoyalHonda.com.
Royal Honda, the dealership that's different.
Chef Agino, which is a local Christian homeschool support group, has been around for about 30 years. And we help parents navigate the process of educating their kids at home. When parents are homeschooling their kids, typically there's not a lot for them to do from a socialization perspective. We have field trips, we have camping trips, we have graduations, and of course we have PE. So the message that we're trying to convey to parents all throughout the greater New Orleans area is that if the public school isn't working for you and private school is out of reach, you should check out the viability of home education. You can check us out at gnochristianhomeschooling.org.
Well, somebody finally figured out how to cool off the UL Ragin Cajuns, who dropped 2 of 3 on the road at Appalachian State. Now, the Ragin Cajuns are still in 3rd place in the Sun Belt Conference, just a half game behind Georgia State for 2nd. It's time now for our UL Lafayette Report. The UL Lafayette Report is brought to you by AMG Specialty Hospital.
Hi, I'm Ronnie Rance with the AMG Specialty Hospital Ragin Cajun Report. Well, there's been nobody better in college baseball over the past month of the season than Stephen Trosclair. The former Sulphur Tornado and LSU Eunice Bengal has been on fire. He recovered from a shoulder injury, and ever since then, he's been healthy. He's got 12 home runs, which leads the team, and he's batting over 300 this year for Tony Robichaux.
Just getting into my routine, and that's big for me. Just getting into a routine, that's big for a lot of baseball players. Once you get on your routine, you stay on your schedule, just things start clicking, you just feel calm and confident. Being able to get focused at the plate and my swing feels good, I'm confident. Got a lot of belief and trust in everything that's going on, so everything's just clicking. Just keep playing how we're playing, keep doing what we're doing, keep making a push until the end of the season, see how it turns out. Just keep playing hard, keep playing good defense, keep hitting well, keep pitching well. When we have all three parts of the game working, we're a pretty damn good team. I like being out there on the field, you know. That's what I came here to do. That's what I always dreamed of doing. and I'm getting to do it, so I'm going to have fun with it, play as hard as I can.
Not only is Stephen Trosclair swinging a hot stick, but he's got 8 stolen bases this year in only 10 attempts. Well, it's a big weekend for the Ragin' Cajuns. They're at home at the Teague, and they're 2.5 games out of first place. And guess who's coming to town? The first place South Alabama Jaguars. So get on out, support the Ragin' Cajuns, and a sweep, and the Ragin' Cajuns will be in first place in the Sun Belt Conference.
The UL Lafayette Report is brought to you by AMG Specialty Hospital.
So coming out of the ULL, LSU and Tulane segment, we're sitting here with Hayden Uper. Hayden's a special kid around here. He's another homeschool guy who plays for Bellchase High School. His dad's actually the head coach at Bellchase High School. Hayden, what do you think about those schools? ULL, LSU, Tulane, what would it be like to play for those schools?
Well, it's definitely a dream of mine to play college baseball, and I work real hard, and so do my teammates. And I think the South has some of the best baseball in the country, and I'd love to pursue that in the future.
Yeah, I mean, like any other kid who plays baseball in high school, and he's a good player. I've seen him play. We've worked him here at Big Easy. He can run, he can swing, he can throw. Getting back into those teams, they came out of some huge weekends for those guys. Talking about winning on the road, especially, for LSU and how good they are at that. Every game's a road game for you, right? I mean, you don't go to school there, right? So every game's a road game, and your dad's the coach. Mm-hmm. What's it feel to show up at those games and those practice and play, with that type of team, to have that opportunity in Louisiana? Tell me about that. What's that feel?
Well, it definitely makes you feel like a part of a family. Not going to school, you'd think it's very weird, but you really become close with the guys, and a lot of times they forget that I'm homeschooled just because we're together so often, and we work hard together, and I feel no different than anyone that goes to school, and I love playing for my community and playing for my parish.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And that's what it's about, right? I mean, that's what we're all about. That's what it should be about, is giving everybody these opportunities to go play.
When it comes to you or a loved one facing a long-term stay in a hospital, there are other long-term acute care hospitals, and then there is AMG Specialty Hospital. AMG Specialty Hospital is a long-term acute care hospital known as a LTAC. We are designed to give care to patients who require an extended hospital stay. AMG Specialty Hospital focuses on putting our patients first, which is why 90% of our specialty hospital patients and their families would recommend us to others. Other LTACs will care for you. AMG Specialty Hospital will care about you. AMG is committed to delivering quality health care to our patients within the communities we serve. Go ahead, ask your doctor which LTAC hospital they would trust most for their own loved ones. If you're looking for a pretty hospital, they're out there. But if you're looking for the best long-term acute care hospital with great patient care, AMG is proudly serving 8 locations in Louisiana and 7 other locations within the United States. So when the best care is as close as this, there's absolutely no reason to go to any LTAC other than AMG's healthcare management for complex medical needs.
Giving you a great deal is what makes Royal Honda #1 in the greater New Orleans area. Visit us on Veterans in Metairie and RoyalHonda.com.
Royal Honda, the dealership that's different.
And remember, when you buy from the appliance giant, you always get the best deal.
Tony Campbell, the appliance giant, always told me if you want to sell appliances in this town, you got to offer the best name brands. That's why at Campo we offer lines like Thermador and Bosch. Right now, when you buy a Thermador cooktop, wall oven, or one of their beautiful ranges from Campo, I'll give you a Thermador dishwasher for free. Come to Campo today to see how we can take your kitchen to the next level when you buy local.
Hello, my name is Brett Cassio. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. I specialize in sports medicine and arthroscopic surgery and shoulder replacement. I'm most proud of the fact that we take care of every young athlete regardless of their background. I'm located at Memorial Hospital in Lake Charles, Louisiana. You can find more information at my website, CassioSportsMed.com.
So now we're sitting here with one of our big guys. He's a former homeschool guy, played high school baseball at Crescent City High School, played college baseball and junior college baseball here at Delgado. Then went up to Michigan to play some college ball, and now he's 22 years old and he's back. Hosanna Arceri, right? And Hosanna's got a unique story to tell because just 5 years ago, we opened at Big Easy Sportsplex, and the law changed for homeschool, which allowed these guys to go play for their local school that was in their district. Hosanna, tell me about life right before that law change, and tell me a little bit about life before even we opened up as Big Easy Sportsplex.
Yeah, I'd say probably life before that law was in effect. It was kind of a tough area for me, being a homeschool athlete, because I wanted to play for obviously a team, but that was difficult, being that I couldn't play for a school, and at the time homeschool teams weren't really a big thing down here. So that was a difficulty where I really didn't think I'd have a chance to play. And then an opportunity opened up to where we had a law passed where I could play, and then also opportunity where the Big Easy opened up where I had opportunities to come and excel and progress as I was trying to grow in my technique and my sport. And I had a lot of great opportunities to do that by coming over here and working out with the total package, and not only doing that but getting the opportunity to work over here too, and just be around people who are like-minded and knew a lot about the game. Guys who were giving me hitting lessons, and was also able to pour into the kids too by working the birthday parties and hitting camps throughout the year. So both of those things kind of tied together to really be beneficial for me as far as that going forward as a homeschool athlete. Right.
No, and it's a great story because, again, literally one day prior, there was nothing there. Yeah. And then the next day, we had two things for you. And one, like I said, he's worked here for years. He's done birthday parties. He's given hitting lessons. He's worked in the camps. Just a phenomenal asset for Big Easy Sportsplex. But I'm so happy that we made such an impact on a lot of young lives, but specifically yours moving out. Now you're 22. So what's the road moving now? Now you're 22. You're done with college ball, right? Yeah. So what are we trying to do right now?
Oh, for me, it's just whatever God wants at the moment. You know, I know that whatever His desire for me is what I'm going to be pursuing. And if baseball's still on that road, then I'm going to keep pursuing that. But it's just a matter of just following His footsteps. I know for me, it's I still want to play professional baseball. You know, it's just trying to work out and stay grinding and stay working at that. You know, to where if an opportunity pops up, I'm there to take it. Right. So.
That's great. That's great. So we saw a couple of guys today. We saw Harrison Bath, 8th grader going into 9th grade. We saw Hayden Uper, who's a sophomore, legitimate college prospect. And now we're looking at one of our older guys, and Hosanna Arceri, who's kind of done with the amateur route and now pursuing the pro route. So I really couldn't be prouder of all these guys. It's a unique segment that walks into Big Easy Sportsplex. It's a unique facet of Louisiana baseball that I think is overlooked and undercounted. And I'm glad we can service all that stuff. Now let's shoot it over to Brett Cassio, Dr. Cassio over in Lake Charles for our Medical Minute.
So the rotator cuff is a collection of 4 tendons in the shoulder that surround the ball and socket joint, and they keep the ball in the socket during the throwing motion. And so since they're so close to that ball and socket, they're commonly injured when throwing, and they're commonly seen as a source of pain. So first thing you see in a thrower that has complaints in their rotator cuff tendon is pain, and they start with tendinitis. But this tendinitis can get worse and worse to the point where you start to have rotator cuff tears. And I've seen plenty of teenage players that not only have tendinitis in their rotator cuff, but they actually have rotator cuff tears, which is something we usually don't see until people are in their mid-40s. When we diagnose a patient with rotator cuff tendinitis and or a tear, we initially start with rest and physical therapy, and then we may sometimes progress into a steroid injection. In young players, we may try one steroid injection, but this is not an area where we want to do multiple steroid injections because you can cause bigger problems if you keep covering up pain with steroid injections. If conservative treatment for rotator cuff problems doesn't work, then occasionally we move on to surgery for the rotator cuff. We are hesitant to do that in young throwers because the return to rate after surgery for rotator cuff problems in young throwers is relatively low.
Giving you a great deal is what makes Royal Honda #1 in the greater New Orleans area. Visit us on Veterans in Metairie and RoyalHonda.com.
Royal Honda, the dealership that's different.
And remember, when you buy from the appliance giant, you always get the best deal.
Tony Campbell, the appliance giant, always told me if you want to sell appliances in this town, you got to offer the best name brands. That's why at Campbell we offer lines like Thermador and Bosch. Right now, when you buy a Thermador cooktop, wall oven, or one of their beautiful ranges from Campbell, I'll give you a Thermador dishwasher for free. Come to Campbell today to see how we can take your kitchen to the next level when you buy local.
At Ortho LA, we specialize in treating patients of all ages with orthopedic injuries that affect their ability to function in the workplace or on the playing field.
I think we have the best ability to get patients back to 100% as quickly as possible. And we also had the addition of Dr. Richard Morvant, so now we're a group of 5 surgeons here, all fellowship trained, The quality of care for the patients is probably what I feel is the best thing that we have to offer.
Your health and comfort is our top priority. Our goal is to make you as comfortable as possible.
I think when they come here, it's a family atmosphere. They get treated with special attention from the day they walk in the door.
The doctors at Ortho LA are easily accessible, working closely with area coaches and trainers.
We all played sports, and so we understand the athlete.
Ortho LA, committed to excellence, providing the highest quality of every aspect of orthopedic care.
Big Easy Sportsplex in Elmwood is a 71,000 square foot membership-based indoor sports and fitness center.
I'm a member because my daughter and I can train at the same time here at Big Easy Sportsplex.
I'm a member because while I'm getting ready for my season, my son can do the same.
With membership packages available for families and individuals, stop by and tell us, why are you a member?
And remember, Royal Honda, it's the official vehicle of Richie on Sports.
When it comes to you or a loved one facing a long-term stay in a hospital, there are other long-term acute care hospitals, and then there is AMG Specialty Hospital. AMG Specialty Hospital is a long-term acute care hospital known as a LTAC. We are designed to give care to patients who require an extended hospital stay. AMG Specialty Hospital focuses on putting our patients first, which is why 90% of our specialty hospital patients and their families would recommend us to others. Other LTACs will care for you. AMG Specialty Hospital will care about you. AMG is committed to delivering quality health care to our patients within the communities we serve. Go ahead, ask your doctor which LTAC hospital they would trust most for their own loved ones. If you're looking for a pretty hospital, they're out there. But if you're looking for the best long-term acute care hospital with great patient care, AMG is proudly serving 8 locations in Louisiana and 7 other locations within the United States. So when the best care is as close as this, there's absolutely no reason to go to any LTAC other than AMG's healthcare management for complex medical needs.
Joey, before we wrap up this week's show, one more time, tell us a little bit more about the Big Easy and really on tonight's special guest.
So thanks again to our homeschool folks who came in today, shared some time with us. You got to see Hosanna Arceri, Harrison Bath, Hayden Uper, some really unique kids that have had some opportunities that otherwise wouldn't have been there. And hopefully we're educating the general public on all that stuff. Also to move forward at Big Easy Sportsplex right now, we have summer camps that are enrolling that are huge. That's a big, big thing for us. We have the Jester Soccer Camp, which is tremendous. We have our all-day summer sports camp, which is a great place to come and play all kinds of stuff, indoor and outdoor. And then finally, we have a very unique baseball camp happening just 2 weeks out of the summer here. You need to go online at BigEasySportsplex.com, take a peek at it, look at it. But it's a NOCA, New Orleans Coaches Association baseball camp. And that association is made up of local head high school coaches and assistants as well as those players. So it's an awesome camp, a lot of teaching, a lot of instruction, a lot of familiarity with kids. Never been done before. So we're going to have a lot of fun this summer with those guys. But sign up because there's a cap on those things of only 75 kids.
That will do it for another edition of Louisiana Baseball from the Big Easy Sportsplex. I'm Eric Ritchie saying so long, everyone, and thanks for watching.